You are watching Germantown Municipal Television, your source for everything Germantown.
Welcome to Focus on Germantown. I'm Mayor Mike Palazzolo. It is my pleasure to have this opportunity each month to share the great things going on in the city of Germantown. Joining us today to discuss ways to avoid a visit from the Germantown Fire Department this holiday season is Fire Chief John Selberg. Chief Selberg will also share information on the city's new state-of-the-art fire pumper and what it means to be safe in our city. It is December, and that means holiday shopping. Saddle Creek Marketing Manager and Assistant General Manager Heather Danielson is here today to discuss the holiday happenings and new stores at the shopping destination. And in our Focus on Business segment, Germantown business owner Trey Jordan, owner of Holiday Ham, is here to talk about his new restaurant venture, Pimentos, and possible changes to his restaurant here. First, let's welcome Chief John Selberg. Thanks for taking time away from the firehouse to be here today, Chief.
Well, thank you, Mayor.
We're approaching the holiday season, and that means safety in our homes. Please share with us and our residents some of the things they need to do to make sure they're safe this holiday season.
Well, you're exactly right. During the holiday season, we often have an increase in fires, and it's also a stressful time for people, but it's also a joyful time. And we really, like you said, we don't want to have to be visiting you when you don't want us.
No.
Some of the additional risk you have is starting up your new heating units this time of year. You know, the buildup of dust in them, sometimes they get a little burn smell, but as the weather gets colder, those units are running pretty hard, and we have the chance of more electrical fires and heating fires. The biggest thing to stress to people is really the smoke detectors, making sure you've got a good smoke detector so you do find out if something happens. We also have some issues, not real terrible here in Germantown, but the portable heaters, you know, setting them too close to something combustible like a bed or something that can catch fire.
Yeah, and I know with the Christmas season as well, a lot of people have artificial trees and a lot of people have maintained natural trees. Any advice on that type of safety as well?
Well, personally, I like the real trees, but you have to be very cautious with those, making sure that the leaves don't get too brittle, make sure you're watering it well, not leaving your lights on all the time, particularly when it's unattended, keeping it away from any hot objects. You know, don't put it too close to the fireplace. Those things, when they get burning, they can burn pretty quick, so you don't want to have to do that.
Well, we don't want those visits during the holidays from the fire department, even though we know our response time is pretty outstanding, less than 6 minutes from almost any destination in the city of Germantown. Speaking of fire apparatuses and quick time, tell us about the new pumper that we received, and then we'll also talk about another apparatus here in a moment.
Yes, we just received a new fire engine that actually just went in service last week at the fire station over on Dogwood. The engine 92. It's a lot newer. The one that it just replaced was 17 years old. We'll actually take a 27-year-old pumper and dispose of it now. It's getting too old. But this one has some neat things on it, a little more compartment space, a little bit better laid out. Biggest thing is reliability. It's a new one. It's going to have a lot of capabilities. The compressed air foam system on it is unique. We've got that now on a couple of our pumpers, and that can actually help you knock down a fire a lot quicker if needed.
Sometimes we take for granted our fire department and what it means for our city. Obviously, we know that you're there at a moment's notice, but what does it mean to have some of the best equipment, best training, and some great fire stations for our insurance rates, for instance?
Well, we are currently an ISO, Insurance Services Office, rated Class 3 department. That helps you on your insurance. That's one of the highest, with a 1 being the highest. We're actually working towards even improving that further. We've been that way for many years, but we've made a lot of progress in the city, and we're looking to try to improve that to at least a 2 next time.
Well, share with our viewers also, we are going to take delivery sometime within the next year of a new ladder truck, and kind of explain the process, because you just don't buy it off the showroom floor, do you?
No, this is a custom fire truck. You actually build it to specifications. Obviously, we stay with some standard layout for the truck, but it's a 100-foot aerial platform, has the bucket basically on the front of it, which makes it so much safer for our personnel to operate off of, conduct firefighting, rescue operations. This one will replace one that is about 18, 19 years old. So it'll really improve our response capability.
I've been telling our residents that any cat will be able to be captured from a tree now. Is that correct with the 100-foot ladder? Even though we don't make those calls anymore. We
do them occasionally if you really there's a situation where the animal control asks us, but we don't do too many cats in trees.
I understand.
Last week we did a gentleman in a tree.
Well, that's a story for another show. You know, and speaking of that, that's more of a rescue type situation. I know something I'm very proud of, and I know you are as well. You have been part of the leadership of Tennessee Task Force 1 for many, many years. If we were ever to have a natural or man-made disaster in Germantown, which we hope never happens, I think we will feel very safe and secure after you share with our residents what that means to our community and for the state and the nation.
Yeah, we are one of 26 FEMA urban search and rescue teams. We're basically set up to respond to structural collapse from an earthquake, but we can also respond to tornadoes, hurricanes. Our team actually probably runs the most hurricanes in the country because we're so close to the coast. But any kind of a disaster like that, we can come in, help organize and coordinate those operations.
Well, you've gained some valuable experience. Just share with some of the places you've been. Some of them have been very sad, obviously, but I think it's important for people to know how many, and some of the other members of the team that are employees.
I think that I've been probably about 20 different national disasters. Katrina, 9/11 at the Pentagon. Recently, we were at Hurricane Sandy. I just came back from Hurricane Matthew out there. I also work in the role of incident support team member that coordinates all the urban search and rescue teams. So I do that also with FEMA.
Our IT director is a member of the team, I believe, and
Correct.
some of our other firefighters as well?
Correct. We have Captain Howard Thompson, Mike Mitchell, one of our lieutenants. Several of the members are also on the task force.
Right.
And Germantown's got a strong showing on that team.
We have time for just one more question, about a minute left in this segment. Give us a little bit of an understanding about our ambulance service. We're very proud of that. The response time's outstanding. How many do we have? And just a quick answer.
We have 5 total ambulances. 3 of them are staffed full-time. The other 2 we staff with firefighters off the fire trucks. All of our personnel are advanced EMTs or paramedics on fire trucks and ambulances. So we have pretty good coverage. It's going quite well. The biggest thing about it is how well our people take care of the citizens out there. That's what really makes the difference for this whole thing.
Well, and we are very proud of that service. We get many compliments, we get many letters, emails of people that have had real life-saving experiences, and thank goodness we're running our own ambulance service now. Yes. Chief, it's been a pleasure. Always like having you on the show. Keep up the good work with our firefighters and our fire department. When we come back, Saddle Creek's Assistant General Manager, Heather Danielson, will join us to tell us about holiday celebrations and festivities at the shopping destination. Back after this.
Right, mi cariño. So like I said, everything I learned about cooking, I learned from Grandma's empanadas. Shall we go again?
Yep.
Mix beef with the onions with the peppers with the paprika with the garlic with the oregano with the cumin. Got it?
Got it.
Throw in the olives, stir, season, stir again, pour out the flour, roll out the dough, make a circle, drop in a fistful of filling, fold over, press down, and ta-da!
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
You are watching Germantown Municipal Television, your source for everything Germantown.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back. It has been more than a year since Saddle Creek expanded in our city. Here today to tell us more about the success of the expansion and activities the shopping destination has to offer for our holiday season is Heather Danielson, Saddle Creek's Marketing Director and Assistant General Manager. Welcome to Focus on Germantown.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's a great time of year to have you as a guest because it's holidays. As we're taping this show, you have some festivities coming up, and as you drive by Saddle Creek South, one cannot help but notice all of the Christmas and holiday decorations. Y'all must have spent a lot of time, energy, and effort on that. Tell us a little bit about what's going on at Saddle Creek for the holidays.
Absolutely. Thank you for noticing. For 13 years, we've had the same decor package. And a lot of malls do that. They're able to use theirs over and over, and we were able to get a lot of life out of ours. But this year, we have brand new decor. It came from a very specific company, and we went all over the country looking for it. It's really going to be very, very special when we light our tree.
It looks gorgeous, and you haven't even had the tree lighting yet. And I've noticed also the bows and the color schemes. I think silver, white, and red. It looks very, very festive, very much fitting for the holidays. Now, Saddle Creek, obviously, you have been open for a little over a year, and it seems like every month we're having newer and newer shops open up. Why don't you give us, and a matter of fact, I have your brochure here.
Good.
And so share with us some of the names that are currently open and some that are coming.
Well, we've had 3 stores open in just the last week.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot. We had American Threads open, one of just 10 in the country. We're very proud of that. We've signed quite a lot of leases, too. In fact, since they began the renovation in mid-2014, we've had 18 new stores come in. 12 of them are specific to this market.
Wow.
So we're very proud of that. Allen Edmonds is about to open. We've got Victoria's Secret on board for 2017, Sur La Table for 2017, several others I'd love to talk about, including some for that big building on the corner. And we'll be filling that up next year.
Well, it seems to be the question I get a lot, what's going in on the corner? So, and we know there's excitement there. Well, please share with our viewers, Saddle Creek has had a philosophy since it opened almost 30 years ago of having a certain type of merchant. Some people don't quite understand that. Kind of share the philosophy of your mix of tenants, so to speak.
Well, we're very proud of our leasing team. They've done an incredible job. Nearly 70% of our retailers are unique to this market. So, as I said, American Threads, there's just 10 of those in the country. And they chose Saddle Creek for one of them. We were thrilled. Lily Rain, there are just 13 of those. So they're very exclusive shops. Michael Kors, of course, you'll find at Saddle Creek. We've got some more coming in. Allen Edmonds, that's the only one in Tennessee. Southern Avenue Company is actually a local retailer that we're going to have open hopefully tomorrow.
Oh, great.
So we try to look at a more upscale tenant. We want to serve our shoppers well. We want to serve the Germantown community well. And shoppers have responded really, really favorably to our tenant mix thus far this year.
Parking lot seems to be full all the time, especially near Stony River and Apple. Now, kind of help us understand, the southern side, or Saddle Creek South, is the newer side. There's a lot of activity going on at Saddle Creek North, and so share with us what to expect there as well.
Absolutely. Thank you for asking. We have just completed very close to the end of a nearly 2-year renovation. North, we've added a number of new tenants. We added Soma. They just opened, and as I mentioned, Victoria's Secret will be opening. American Threads is at Saddle Creek North. We have basically finished the facades of the buildings. So if you look, the site, Saddle Creek South and Saddle Creek North, they look very much alike now. So we're just in the final phases of that. We've redone all the little pocket parks, and it's just going to be beautiful for the holiday.
Well, Apple moved from Saddle Creek South or Saddle Creek North to Saddle Creek South. What is, I get a lot of questions, is something going into the Saddle Creek or the former Apple store location?
Yes, Victoria's Secret is going to be there, and they will open, we're hoping, of course, for Valentine's Day in 2017.
Oh, great. Now, talk about food choices, because I think that you've got the mix now on both properties where I guess that may draw some shoppers because there's a dining option on each side.
We have a fairly upscale, rather formal dining option at Stony. A lot of people have been to Stony River. They've given me some great comments. It's great for lunch. It's wonderful for an elegant dinner or a special celebration, and they're always packed. Across the street, we opened Grimaldi's in June, and Grimaldi's is a pizzeria. There are less than 50 of those in the country. This is the first one in Tennessee, and their claim to fame is they were voted the best pizza in Brooklyn, which is not easy to do.
Oh, no way. Yeah, that is quite an accomplishment.
Well, they use a reverse osmosis process actually with the water to get the water to taste like New York water, and apparently that's the secret to the dough.
Oh, wow. Well, the between Stony River and Grimaldi's, and I've been to both, so I have tasted and tried both. That's a good mix as well.
Thanks.
You know, I mentioned a little while ago that, you know, it's pretty unique. Saddle Creek will be celebrating in 2017 its 30th anniversary, its 30th birthday. Some of us can remember when it was designed and built. It was the first lifestyle center in the United States, and now this version is kind of the Lifestyle Center 2.0, or maybe even 3.0. But tell us, do you have plans to celebrate the 30th next year?
We absolutely do. As I told you, we're going to have a huge number of tenants, some very special tenants will be opening around that I can't announce exactly who yet, but I think that there will be a ton of excitement when we make these announcements in the coming weeks. For the 30th anniversary, we're hoping to have a huge celebration in May, kind of a throwback. We want people to share their memories with us of their shopping time at Saddle Creek, so we'll be rolling out a campaign in early 2017 about that.
Great. And we have time just for really one more question. Programming, do you have programming plans for the next year or so? I know there's been what I'd like to call maybe Food Truck Fridays and things like that. What are some things that are being planned now or maybe in the future for Saddle Creek? Well,
we're going to have food trucks for our tree lighting. We've been very grateful that the city has allowed us to do that. We've been able to make a lot of charitable donations through those. We will have food trucks on Black Friday, just a couple, and they will be donating to Make-A-Wish, so we're very happy about that. Our Make-A-Wish tree lighting is December 9th. Very excited about that, and we'll have Make-A-Wish week that week. In 2017, we've already got plans in February for a production with the American Heart Association to make Saddle Creek go red. Saddle Creek goes pink in October for breast cancer awareness, so we might as well go red for the American Heart Association. We're proud of that. We're also going to be doing the Josephine Circle fashion show coming up in April. And we've, of course, got Stuff the Bus again on board for back to school. So we're already heavy into our 2017 planning.
Great. Well, you've always been a great corporate partner and city partner for the last 30 years, and we look forward to even more of a relationship. Thanks for being here today, Heather.
I appreciate it, Mayor.
Next in our Focus on Business segment, Trey Jordan, owner of Holiday Ham in Germantown, joins us to talk about the success and expansion of his business. Back in a bit.
I think someone at my friend's school has this thing called autism. My friend's brother's son has autism. My neighbor's son has autism. My son has autism.
Autism is getting closer to home. Today, 1 in 68 children is diagnosed with autism. That's about a 30% increase in 2 years. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
This new mom is struggling to get the skates just right. And now she's holding on for dear life. Her kids can see she may have broke her knees. They still love her though she looks like she's attacked by killer bees. I'm allergic. Proof you don't have to be perfect to be the perfect parent.
Thousands of siblings in foster care will take you just as you are.
You are watching Germantown Municipal Television, your source for everything Germantown.
We are back to talk to Trey Jordan, owner of Holiday Ham. This is a busy time for you, Trey, and we appreciate you being here.
Yeah, glad to be here. Thank you.
Well, I'm glad to have you. We like to focus on business here in Germantown, and anytime we can have a local resident who's also a local business owner, it's a double plus for us here in Germantown. You know, and I get to make these bold statements like this. You're one of my favorite places to go.
I appreciate it.
I meet many of our residents for coffee at your place in the morning, and I really, really enjoy it. Tell our viewers, share with our viewers a little bit about your story and your family's story. It's very interesting the way that you started your company and your restaurants. There are more restaurants than companies. It's a good place to go eat. Yeah.
So the interesting thing is that we started in the retail business as Jordans in 1902. So we've been in the retail business for a long, long time. But in 1993, my dad and I decided that we wanted to be in business together. And the way we decided we wanted to be in business together is starting this concept called, at the time, Holiday Ham and Turkey. And we have morphed over the years, but so since 1993, we've been in business in Memphis 24 years now. We opened in Germantown in 1999. In an old Pop Tunes Records location.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, and it was if you'll remember, it was the old mall where we are today. We did the Pop Tunes Records sublease as a way to try out whether or not this Holiday Ham concept was going to be working. And 24 years later, the Germantown residents still love us.
Wow. So you truly were in our city in the last century then. That's correct. And you've done some remodeling here in the last year. You've got some new decor and probably some changes in the menu. I know that a lot of the recipes are family recipes. What are some things, what are the things that we should always expect and maybe some new things?
Yeah, that's great. Thank you for asking that. Last year we were able to bring on some new partners to really help us expand not only locally but hopefully also regionally and maybe even beyond that. And with that, we decided we would start tweaking the menu and actually improving that. I call it the 2.0 version of Holiday. And we spent 6 months working on the menu and some new items, which we're testing in our brand new store. But pimento cheese. Pimento cheese will always be a staple at Holiday Deli and Ham Company. That's what people love. Our spiral slice honey glazed ham, that will always be a staple. We'll never get past that. When I woke up this morning, I realized that next week is Thanksgiving. And so our cornbread dressing, broccoli and rice casserole, sweet potato casserole, and all the other fixing, the whole Thanksgiving dinner will always be a staple at Holiday Deli and Ham Company. But the new stuff that we're trying right now is going to blow people's minds. We're going to slowly tweak that into the holiday menu there at Germantown.
Wow. Well, and you have also kind of a new concept. I know you have a restaurant in Memphis as well, East Memphis, and you have restaurants across the state as well, I believe.
Yeah, that's right.
But share with us what the new concept is.
Yeah, so the new concept, again, is a 2.0 version of Holiday, and it's called Pimentos Kitchen. And we were able to take all the products that we love from Holiday and the Germantown residents love at Holiday, and about 40% of those we've kept at the new location. Then 60% of the new items, 60% of the items are brand new, such as a quesadilla. We actually do sliders there. We do French fries there. We do cheese fries there. But everything is threaded with pimento cheese. You've got all these crazy concoctions like a pimento cheese on the little hamburger, or you have pimento cheese French fries. They're unbelievable.
Well, you haven't putting bacon on donuts now. Are you putting pimento cheese on donuts? Maybe that's a future. Maybe I can be part of the taste testing kitchen.
I think we can get you. That's right.
You know, and please share with us. You know, you've been in Germantown for 17 years. I think you must like the community, and you must have some regulars, so to speak. What other services do you do? Catering and those type things as well.
So I would tell you. First of all, Germantown is awesome. I mean, it is our best and fastest growing store. I don't know why, but hopefully the Germantown residents have responded to us and we've responded to their needs. We do a ton of catering. Over 20% of our business is catering. We deliver to all the people in the Germantown area from a business perspective. We go across the street to the hospital all the time, but to every single business in Germantown. And then we have a great breakfast. People, I mean, I see you in there for breakfast. People don't even know about our breakfast. It's kind of like that secret that when they find out, they're going, oh, wow, this is awesome. So people meet in there for kind of just your meetings and Bible study meetings and other group meetings. So we love our breakfast opportunities as well.
Well, I do know there's several groups that meet in there regularly. It's almost like a kind of going back to Mayberry in a sense. You always see people you say hi, and it's every single morning. And it's such a nice, inviting place, very warm and comforting. And so you can see why people like to come there.
Yeah.
So what plans do you have for the future? I know your new concept. Are you looking to perhaps franchise one day or do things a little bit grow in other states? Or?
Yeah, so I would tell you that we have plans. We don't want to do it through franchising, though. We want to do it through corporate-owned stores. And we just think that's a better way to control the brand and what we do. And I will tell you that we have core values, and we want to keep those core values central to what we do. We love our community. Whatever community we're in, we love our community. We want to be a part of the community, Germantown. We love our food. We really want to make sure that everything goes out is great. We love our customers, and I hope you see that when you come in. I call it the non-alcoholic cheers.
Yeah.
And then the last thing is we love our employees. And so if we can keep those 4 core values to every single store we open, I think that's the most important, and that's the reason we're going to do it through company-owned stores.
Wow, that's a great story. We have time for one more question, and I'm probably going to put you on the spot because you've only got about 1 minute. We've known each other for a long time. I always find it interesting kind of how you got started, and it was really kind of leaving one high-paced career and kind of taking a chance, and I don't know, you've got only about 30 or 40 seconds to share that, but I think it's neat.
Well, my 30 or 40 seconds is that primarily I was in commercial real estate, and my dad and I just wanted to have a chance to do some business together and just be around each other as a family. And we even say that holiday patrons are our extended family. And so I left the real estate world and went to go work for my dad. And my first job is he put me at the Wendy's hamburger store that he owned in Central Texas. And they gave me a toothbrush, and they said, "This is what you need to do. You need to clean this entire restaurant. We make everybody do this." I found out at the end of the summer they don't make anybody do that but the owner's son. So that was my introduction to the restaurant business.
Well, it's such a nice story. I know that you used to prepare the food, actually deliver the catering jobs. You do everything, and most of the times when you're a sole proprietor and owner, you do a lot of that. Trey, it's been great. Happy holidays to you. I wish you much more success in Germantown. I'd like to thank all of my guests for being here, and thank you for taking the time to focus on Germantown. If you'd like more information about this or any other show on Germantown Municipal Television, please visit www.gmtvonline.org. We'll see you when Focus on Germantown returns next month.